Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Look, you can see the new photograph or the new movie poster that I have behind me. One of my most favorite movies of all time, still holds the record for profanity, or at least the F word, if that's a thing anymore. But anyway, we got a lot to get into today. I want to talk about mental illness today and my 2 cents on it. And I'm bringing a new perspective to it, so let's get to it. Okay, guys. I was watching a documentary on some mental illness. It really wasn't a documentary. It was just talking about, a perspective of people's stories about mental illness, psychology, psychiatry, that sort of thing. And I got to thinking about something. Why is it that people will not go and get treatment for mental illness? Everyday Americans. Why? Especially men. Why is it? And I got to thinking, because it's not private, it's not protected. If you go to a lawyer and you confess things to your lawyer, you have attorney-client privilege. They can't disclose that information. That's not true with psychology and psychiatry. If something is criminal, they have to report it. If you're having horrible thoughts, and I don't even pretend to know all the legality when it comes to psychology and psychiatry, but it really stood out to me that why not make psychiatrists, why not change the profession's legality so that you have patient-client privilege to where the psychologist or the psychiatrist cannot disclose that information to anyone, even if they know it. Now, they would still be able to commit you and bring you before the chancellor or whatever particular family court judge that you would have in your particular area, and they would be able to do that if they thought you were a danger. That would be possible, and then they would disclose that to the court. But just run-of-the-mill, everyday police officers being able to or being required to report it to the police. I think a lot of times the stigma is where I'm getting. This is where I'm going with this. I think the stigma of psychology and psychiatry keeps people from getting treatment. That's what I think. I think that's a given. Because look at your firearms forms. It'll ask, like Hunter Biden, for example, getting popped for the firearms form. It'll ask whether or not you have a substance abuse or whether or not you have a mental illness or all that. And you're supposed to answer those questions. I don't believe that they should be able to ask questions about mental illness. Now, substance abuse, maybe so. But mental illness, I don't think they should be able to ask that. I don't. Because you have a constitutional right to keep and bear arms. So why would you be able to ask about your mental illness? And if you really are mental, why would they expect you to answer that truthfully? Why? Let's see. Crazy person, schizophrenic, they're not going to answer that truthfully. And if they do, are they really that crazy? Fun fact, isn't it? I mean, just a really legitimate question. Why would you ask that question on those forms? I don't believe you should be able to. And this is why. This is not because we shouldn't, that I'm saying that nobody should know. I'm saying when you stigmatize people like that, I really believe that it keeps people from going to get treatment. Oh, I can't do that. I might lose my rights to bear arms. If I go see a psychiatrist, I mean, my rights might be taken away. My job may be at risk. My family will look down on me. I think all that should be privileged between you and your therapist. I really do. From a person who is currently running for public office, and hopefully in the next 41 days I'll win this election is judge where I'm at. This particular thing won't come up in that particular court because the subject matter jurisdiction for at least my area is Chancery Court. But I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'm not really on the fence with it. I just believe there should be some sort of protection for the mentally ill people that, and when I say mentally ill, there's a lot of things: depression, anxiety. There's a lot of things that are covered under all that. And I just really believe that those people's information and their relationship between them and their therapist should be protected. I don't think you should be able to ask that. I don't think the therapist should be able to say, like I said before, if a therapist thought that you were a danger to yourself or others, they could still take you to court, put it before the chancellor, like it would be in our area, make the court make a decision whether to have you committed or not. Yes, but they wouldn't be able to disclose it to the police or ask it on a form. I think that would have to be something like a federal statute or a federal prohibition in law. And I really believe that. I think you would have way more people come into the fold of psychology and psychiatry. I really think you'd have a lot more people come in and get treatment. And I think there's a lot of suffering people out there right now that won't get treatment because of the stigma. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments, because I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just really believe that there should be some protection for those people, and the stigma should be wiped away. Stop asking about it on forms. Not to mention, it's kind of a gray area with HIPAA. You're asking about medical information on a firearms form and there's a lot of hunters out there that may be depressed or anxiety, and they won't get treatment. They won't, because it'll affect their ability to have a firearm, and it'll be a big stigma. Even in people's jobs, it'd be a big stigma. So anyway, this is going to make this short video today about mental illness and what my take is on the protection some of these people should have. And it shouldn't have that type of stigma, because there's when you think mental illness, let me be very clear. When you think mental illness, I'm not talking about people running down the road naked with their flailing their hands in the air, or people that have really serious mental illness. But I am talking about the protection for them too. Any mental illness should be protected between the therapist and the person, just like it is attorney-client privilege with the attorney and its client and their client. So I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'd like to hear from you. I'm back. We're going to be doing a short show every day, I'm hoping to. And I kind of like the new Scarface photo. Fun fact, I saw yesterday, I was in court with some things, and I saw an older man, about 80 years old, wearing a Scarface shirt, a collared shirt. And I said to myself, I want that shirt. I want that shirt. But I didn't go asking for it. So anyway, I'll see you guys later, and I'll catch you on the next video. I hope everybody's well, and wish me luck in 41 days.